All right, hey, welcome everyone. Hey, I wanted to do a quick little Zoom recording here of guiding you guys through finding wiring schematics in ProDemand for one of your assignments coming up. In your electrical assignments is to use wiring diagrams to answer some questions, complete a TAS sheet, and a couple worksheets. So I wanted to review with you guys where exactly to find that stuff. So I hope this helps. I'm going to try and share my screen here. We'll get to ProDemand and find this stuff. All right. Share screen, ProDemand, and I'm going to pull that up. All right, so hopefully you guys can all see that. I'm at ProDemand. I'm going to come in here and just build a vehicle, and I'm just going to pick, let's just do a 2014 GMC Terrain with a 3.6 liter SLT gas. I'm just picking a random vehicle for no really apparent reason, just to kind of use this as a demonstration. I'm going to use this vehicle. All right, once we get into the ProDemand screen, you guys all know how to build a vehicle and everything by now. So once we get there, we're going to look right here to these top buttons. These top buttons up here are your shortcuts. You guys know that. So first thing I'm going to go to is wiring diagrams. You'll notice this little star up here. This means that they've updated it and done some neat things to it. I'll show you some of that here in a minute, because I was looking at it the other day myself, checking out the new stuff. But we're going to click wiring diagrams. It's going to bring us to this screen. It looks really confusing. It's like, what is all this stuff? Wiring systems, power management, connector in views, all kinds of different stuff here. One thing that you really need to focus on for this assignment is just system wiring diagrams. You go to system wiring diagrams, it's going to bring up wiring diagrams for all the different systems. All right, but these are nice down here if you need to look up connector in views to check things out, and I'll just show you what a connector in view looks like. So let's just go to radio X1 connector. You can use this when you're diagnosing problems to pull up what the connector looks like, what the pin numbers are, because there may be a diagnostic procedure that says probe the power circuit in this, or the ground pin number 38, whatever it may be, and you can come down through here and see what each pin actually does. All right. It also gives you service information down here, what special GM tool to use to remove it, what test probe to use, different things like that, what tray the new terminals are in, which crimp to use. So that, if you're wondering what terminal or connector in view is, that's what that is. Now, let's get back to the wiring schematics here. We're going to go back to wiring diagrams, system wiring diagrams. All right, and let's look up, let's just say the horn's not working. We're going to go to horn, and we're going to scroll down. All right, and these wiring diagrams are pretty interactive. Whoops, I clicked on cruise control by accident. Let's go to horn. Sorry about that. Scroll down. All right, and it brings up the diagram. I'm just going to go ahead and click on the diagram. And when you click on the diagram, it shows, it makes it smaller, but it makes it interactive now. You can see you can highlight things just by moving your mouse over top of them. Anything you move your mouse over that it like lights up to a finger or it highlights, that means it's interactive. Up here in the corner, you'll see that little star again. That'll take you through a little tutorial of the new wiring diagrams. If you guys want to look through that, it is super short. It's actually pretty cool. All right, but that's where that link is up here. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to make this bigger so we can look at it. All right. What's cool about it is if you click on something, it'll highlight the circuits that come off of that. So I clicked on the horn relay, and it shows you. If you want to just highlight, for me, what I used to always do was print these out, take a highlighter, and I would highlight just the circuit that I was messing with, or just the circuit that I was looking at, or I would highlight maybe the power side of the circuit with a red highlighter and the ground side with a green or a black highlighter. What's nice about this is if you want to look at a certain section, scroll this out a little bit, click it and drag it. I can just click on that wire if I want to highlight it as I'm focused on it. All right. So it just helps me seeing all these different wires and stuff around. It's nice to just kind of break it down and highlight what I'm looking at. You click on turn them off. All right. So let me make this a little bit smaller again. Click it, drag it. So you can see here the underhood fuse block is telling you if we click on that, it'll bring up the new interactive stuff. Any technical bulletins related to the underhood fuse block, top repairs, causes and fixes, specifications, OEM testing, guided component testing, component connectors, locations, operation, how it works, tips. I mean, it brings up all this stuff, all these little shortcuts. So it's pretty cool. You click on that, it kind of gives you a brief overview of the description and operation of the underhood fuse block or whatever component you click on. Remember, a key to diagnosing problems is reading description and operation and understanding how things work. So if you have a problem with the horn working on a car, what you may want to do is you might want to just go click on, let's say, the low note. There's a low note and a high note on this car. We're going to click that. And one of the first things I would do is I would go to component operation and I would read circuit system description. It tells me exactly how that system works. It's very short. All right. And it also leads you to General Motors factory information here. System operation, circuit operation. It gives you a different block diagram there. So always utilize those information because you need to know how something works and operates before you can diagnose it. All right, give you specifications, OEM testing. So if you want to test it, this takes you right to GM testing. This is what a GM diagnostic test document would look like. Gives you the component or the connector in view. So you know how to hold the connector to look at it and which terminal is what. Gives you some information on connector part information. All right, gives you all that stuff right there. So that's pretty cool. Gives you all the connector in view right there. All right. It gives you, if you click on that section like I just did, it'll bring up some different diagnostics. All right, it'll tell you how to verify the circuit's working. All right, this is GM factory manufacturer stuff here, OEM information, how to test the circuit step by step by step, just following step-by-step procedures. All right, so it's pretty cool now that the new wiring diagrams have all this interactive stuff here. So that's how you get to your wiring diagrams. Pay close attention when you're looking at the worksheets, what it's asking you. You know, is it on the power side? And what may be the ground side of things, all right? What controls it? Maybe it's a horn switch, which controls the coil side of the relay, which then closes the contact in the relay and activates the horn. All right, so there's different things there. Let's back out again here, and I will pick another wiring schematic. What we'll do is we'll start over from the beginning. Get to the screen one last time here. Wiring diagrams, system wiring diagrams, and then you pick which one you want. So let's pick something different this time. We want to look at the wiper washer system. Scroll down. There it is. Personally, I like to print these things. When you come up and click print, puts it in a nice format. If you have a color printer, I always print it in color because ProDemand's pretty good about color coding the wiring. If it's a pink wire, they try to make it pink. If it's a green wire, they try to make it green. So I like to, you know, leave it in color if possible. If not, no big deal. I just print black and white, and then I can go in and highlight it or just circle which systems I'm working with there. All right. Back out of this. If you need to move the diagram around and look at it, all you do is just hover the mouse over it, click it, and move it. All right. We can, remember, click on different circuits to highlight what we're talking about. All right. Or I can click on a component and it'll show me how the power is feeding through those components and where it goes. All right. So it's pretty cool. Click on the component title right here. It brings up all this interactive stuff. All right. So let me click off of this. Go through here and click off. And then I'm going to back out. Hope this worked. Hope this helped you guys out a little bit. Before I go, I'm going to get out of this screen. I'm going to pull up CDX. I'm going to show you the assignment we were talking about here. Just hopefully that helps a little bit. 6. Log in. Should be electrical component repair. All right, you'll see down here, using wiring diagrams to trace circuits under this learning objective. Learning objective, chapter 41, learning objective 8. So it's going to be talking about wiring schematics, how to use them, and how important they are. All right, pay close attention to the generic and general symbols that are used on wiring schematics. There's a couple nice examples of some schematics here. All right, there's one right off of Protoman right there. Nice little animation. All right, and here's some different animations you guys can go through. I recommend going through these. All right, obviously I don't have these set to be graded or anything, but I highly recommend using the animations. Read the animations and use them because that way it's going to hopefully help you guys kind of understand using a schematic. All right, show you the circuit load, ground path, different things like that. I would definitely go through and use these animations. All right, they should help you out in helping you understand it. Wiring schematics aren't really fun to read, but at the same time, you have to have them. Think of a wiring schematic or a wiring diagram as a roadmap. You can't see how electricity flows. There's more wires on the average passenger car today than there was on the first rockets and space shuttles we sent to outer space. So to just try and poke wires and trace wires and rip interior out of cars to find wires just doesn't make sense. It's not an efficient way to do things. So use the wiring schematics as a roadmap, and that will help you get to where you need to be. All right, and it'll show you where power comes from, what uses the power, what's all related in the circuit, and where the power goes and how the ground path is. All right, it shows you all that. Here's an example right here of what I was talking about, what I like to do sometimes just to help me out because it's hard for me to focus just on a wiring schematic and see all the other sections. I sometimes will color code them with power, ground, and maybe just highlight the section of the schematic I'm dealing with at that time. So that's what's nice about printing it out. All right, so let's back up here. Move my screen, back up. And I want to get back here to the assignment we're talking about. So here's a task sheet right here. You guys can actually do this task sheet. I know most of them you can't since we're not in the shop. This task sheet is more of a scavenger hunt with a wiring diagram. So right here it says use attached wiring schematic. I'm going to go ahead and click on that assignment. You'll see here there is a schematic right here that I have loaded in here for you guys already out of Protoman. You're more than welcome to go to Protoman and build this vehicle and use it that way. But I just went ahead and made a PDF file and submitted it in here for you guys too. All right, and the task sheet is right above it. Remember, always come up here, download the task sheet and save it somewhere. And then when you reopen it, open it in Adobe or some sort of a PDF. So that way when you type into it, it saves it. If you guys run into trouble with that, please let me know. I'm not an IT guy, obviously, but I'll try to help you out the best I can, or we'll come up with something. All right. So this schematic is, this task sheet is use wiring diagrams to trace electronic circuits. This is on your ASE task list and your program of study task list from Department of Education. It's just going to tell you to use the diagram to complete this. All right. So you guys have all done that before. You know how that works. When you're done and want to submit it, you'll come back and you will submit the assignment in here. Let me change this to student view because I'm on teacher view right now. Student view. You'll come in and you'll hit add submission. All right. And what you'll do after that is you'll open up your task sheet, come down to your files. You'll open up your task sheet or whatever file it may be. You can click on it wherever you have it saved and you can just drag it in there. All right. Makes it nice and easy. And then once you drag that file in there, hit save changes and it will go into CDX and I will get a notification. All right. Turn this back to here. Let's go back to the main page. Chapter 41. All right, here's the wiring schematic worksheets I was talking about. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, it says please download and complete the following worksheet, then submit to CDX. Both of them are the same. So I'm just gonna click on worksheet 1. All right. Download this, open it up. All right. And on your assignment here, it gives you the task that's associated with it from your POS task list and your NATEF ASE task list. It says look up the wiring schematic for the vehicle listed below. Use the wiring schematic to answer the following questions. Keep the schematic attached to this assignment. You will need to turn in both pages when complete. Obviously, with this remote learning, we're doing online now. I don't need you to print it and attach it, staple it, and turn it in. I don't need you to do that. So here's the vehicle, 2007 GMC Sierra Classic regular cab 4.8, just in case you guys were missing class a little bit. There's our shop truck, our white truck. All right. Schematic to use, the rear defogger circuit. All right, and answer the question. Just going to ask you things like, what is the ground number for the rear defogger circuit grid? All right, what's the ground number? Where is the ground for the rear window defogger grid located on the vehicle? All right, you're going to have to look at the ground and look up the component locator and see where that ground is at. It may tell you on the schematic. You'll have to look. All right, what colors the wire supplies, power, and so on and so on and so on. Worksheet 2 is the same way, just a different vehicle. All right. Same thing when you're done, come down, click add submission, and do it that way. All right, so let's see if I can back up here. And that's all I got right now. I'm gonna have some more videos coming that I can help you guys out with, hopefully. I'm gonna keep making some YouTube videos to put on there for some of these tasks as little demonstrations. There are good videos in CDX for demonstrations. So please make sure you watch those videos and look at the skill drills, because I may not make a video for everything if there's already videos there, but I'm going to make some more videos and some more Zoom sessions like this. All right. Hope this helped out with finding your wiring schematic on ProDemand and utilizing that. It's always good to practice. Don't ever be scared to just say, you know what, my car is whatever, and build your own vehicle and look up different wiring schematics just to see how things work and operate, because being proficient and competent at reading wiring schematics and diagnosing electrical problems is a key to being a successful technician in today's world. All right, everybody, let me stop sharing my screen real quick. Get out of that. Hope this helped. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording, stop this, and get this sent out to you guys. Let me know if you guys need anything. Thank you, and keep up the good work. Wortman out.